We all want to get Osama Bin Laden, but the DMV says you can't say that on your license plate. The Department of Motor Vehicles in New York has banned a retired cop from getting vanity plates for his car that says, "Get Osama." Bin Laden is, of course, the world's most wanted terrorist, and there's a $25 million reward for his capture. But the DMV says a plate that says, "Get Osama," is offensive. What? Here now is Andrew Smiley, a civil rights and trial attorney. So, Andrew, the U.S. government says get Osama. Why can't you say it on your license plate?
This is crazy. It's a crazy decision by the Department of Motor Vehicles. We've all had our complaints there, but certainly this takes the cake. He's public enemy number one, and they're claiming that there's some regulation in the DMV that if you apply for a plate that's lewd or lascivious or offensive.
But they already issued the plate. Can they make this guy give it back?
Well, they're claiming it was by error that the plates went out, and then when he called for the registration, they said, "Oh, no, we didn't mean to give that to you. Send us the plates back." The question is, who is offended by a license plate that says "Get Osama," other than maybe Osama Bin Laden himself or some other terrorist?
Are they trying to protect the terrorist community?
It sounds that way to me. That's what makes it so ridiculous. I mean, there's absolutely no one that should be offended by this license plate. If anything, it should be awarded as an act of patriotism.
Okay, now what are the no-nos? There are no-nos. DMV won't give you any old license plate, or at least they're not supposed to. What are those no-nos?
Something that's lewd and lascivious, dirty words, four-letter words, so to speak. Offensive, something that's really strikes the ear as something that's offensive to the public at large.
Could this be seen as offensive to an ethnic group?
Well, that's what they're claiming, but
the
question is, it's not, the statement is "Get Osama." It's not a claim against an ethnic group in particular. What's wrong with saying "Get Osama"? There's no doubt that this is the man to get.
Makes these kinds of decisions, and we talk about the DMV. There's some person there who made this call.
That's right.
Is that person going to stick his or her head up and take a bow for this, or take the heat, or is this just sort of blend into the bureaucracy and nobody is ever responsible?
Well, I'd certainly like to see the person stand up for this decision. We all know when you go to DMV, you're dealing with a bureaucracy and very difficult people here. So there is some person there on a power trip for whatever decision says, "You know what, I'm vetoing this. There's no way I'm letting this plate go."
Does this guy get to challenge this?
I think, well, you don't have a legal right to put whatever you want on a license plate. It's a vanity plate, and they don't have to give it to you. But it would be interesting in this political climate of, let's say, the person reached out to Senator Clinton, said, "Listen, what's going on here? You're all pro get Osama Bin Laden. Stir it up here."
Or Senator Schumer.
Yeah, or Senator Schumer. And they could contact...
Or Governor Spitzer.
Exactly. Or President Bush, for that matter. Anybody with some power here could get in touch with the people, get them on the phone, and say, "What's going on here? This is nonsense. Who made this decision?"
But this guy is what did we say, fireman? A retired cop.
Yeah, police officer.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't have the dough to go out and litigate against the federal government.
Yep.
Is there someone who would step up and aid him in his hour of need?
I'm sure there are plenty of people that would be happy to step into the spotlight on this issue. But I think with a simple phone call or a letter placed to the right office of some political candidate, that might get the wheels spinning here.
Is there a community standard for what's offensive in one community and not in another? What I mean by that is, in New York, you can't drive anywhere without seeing something related to 9/11.
Right.
Flags, we miss our friend so-and-so. Could it be seen that it's okay here, but maybe not okay or appropriate elsewhere?
It might be. It might be. I mean, this is the state DMV. This is not a national DMV. Yeah. So this is New York State, and it's actually by the town or the county. I believe this was Suffolk County out on Long Island. So depending on the DMV office, the person making the decision, you'd probably get a different decision in different offices, in different states, and different locations.
Civil rights attorney and trial attorney Andrew Smiley. Andrew, thanks very much. I hope that cop wins his plate.
I hope so.
Thank you, Andrew.